All right, guys. On this episode of Pugliese Speed Shop, we're going to prove to the world once again that I got the attention span of a goldfish, and there ain't no telling where any of these episodes are ever really going to lead. Man, I really got to clean up that wood right there. All right, guys. So I'm trying to figure out a way to explain like what goes on inside my head because it's a little. It could be scary at times. I promise you. But I got everything going down the shop over here. And of course my decision making. Right. I get all over the place. I know it. Sometimes it makes for good content. Sometimes it just confuses me. If it's confusing me, it's probably really confusing you guys. But I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out how to, like really pass this along, because I think I got it. All right, check this out.
Replace that light bulb in the kitchen?
What does it look like I'm doing?
So Megan sent me that clip probably a year or two, maybe, I don't know, a while ago, right? And she's like, this is what it's like dealing with you every day. And I can't argue with her, guys. I'm usually pretty good at arguing. I can't even argue with her on that one because it is. I got so much stuff I want to get done all at the same time. And, eventually I do, prioritize and get it done. But man, I know it can be frustrating for me, I'm sure for her, and maybe for a lot of other people involved. But I tell you that and show you that to tell you this. I'm going to try and explain to you how today went and why I'm all over the place. Because I was all over the place last episode too. Never on purpose, but let me break it down, all right? So this morning, I wake up like any other Sunday, take it easy, make a little breakfast, hang out with Megan, that kind of stuff, right? So then, I said, I finally get moving, because after yesterday's events, I need a little bit of a slow, relaxing day. So I said, you know what, let's maybe do something easy. So I jumped in the Jeep, took care of a dump run, right? Nice, love driving a Jeep around, need to get done. Perfect, right? Then I come back and I said, you know what? So this way I'm not jumping through my ass again. Next week, let's get ahead on some stuff. I'm going to go down to the shop and I'm just going to do some work, bang, see about pulling a car in, move some stuff around. All the stuff I wanted to do last time, didn't get it done. So I drive the Jeep down the hill, and when I get to the bottom of the hill, my mind goes, right? And I'm like, I'm going to park the Jeep over here next to the Bel Air. And I got all this open room because I want to move some stuff. I got to move the Pontiac. I got to do all this stuff. Then I walked inside, and I was like, I want to move the Olds. Well, I got to air the tire up on the Olds. So I come in the shop, and I was going to fill up my little walk-around bottle when I remembered that reel right there had fallen on the kid's little workbench there and kind of messed it all up. And, well, not his workbench, but it's been leaking ever since, and I haven't done anything to fix it. So I said, I got my little walk-around compressor. All right. So I plugged the compressor in. It's not filling up. Figure out that it's leaking. So I pull that all apart, fix the valve on that, and that's okay, we're good. Well, it's taking a while to fill up. I said, okay. While it's doing that, I'm tired of these leaves all over the place. Let me grab a leaf blower right quick and clean up some leaves. Well, I forgot that last season the carburetor on the leaf blower didn't work that well. So I pulled that apart, cleaned that all up, got it all good. Running great, got after it. And it's great, right? Well, yeah, it does. It looks great. And I'd love to show you, but here's the problem. Story of my life, guys. Daylight savings time got the best of me, but even if it wasn't, still. But it does look, can you see? Doesn't look bad, right? Check it out. I can walk over here. Listen. Just gravel. Awesome. Is it though? Because now I got this guy that I want to get fired up and moved out. I got to work in the dark, but this is what we're doing now. So I tell you that whole story so now you understand what I'm dealing with. And it's 100% my fault. What are you going to do? So this is what we're going to do now. We're going to get that Olds. We're going to pull it in the shop for a couple reasons. Because, well, last time I messed with it, it ran and drove fine. And I got a certain subscriber who is just on me about getting that thing done because he knows we're going to sell it and he may want to pick it up. So, yeah, why not? And I'd like to think I won't get aggravated. We're going to find out. All right, guys, we are in the Olds. I dumped a little bit of fuel in the carb because it's been sitting for like at least 3 months. And I got the battery hooked up. Let's see what happens. Nice. I guess I'll go reconnect the battery. Oh, it's nice and bright out here, guys. Solid planning on my part. So, yeah, you can't see nothing. Oh, well, it's all right. Did it by feel because I can't see nothing. But I do have a giant bright light inside here, so that works out well. All right, let's go. Oh, there's the fuel I jumped in. All right, once she's running, we got some good oil pressure. I got better than this. That's oil pressure. Right there. She's like, I don't know, creeping up on 60. Yeah, 40, 50. Not bad. I think the gas gauge is working because I did put a bunch of fuel in it. She's reading half. Can you see that? Yeah. I'm really good with this light, huh, guys? She's in park. She's got miles. And she should not be charging because you see what that belt's doing. It's not on. So we'll let her run for a minute. And then, who put this in? Oh my God. This is a good looking car, guys, inside. Needs some work, you know, but some dumb things are done to it. Like that. Like, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? Wow. All right. We're gonna let her run. And, well, let's see if we get to see the shop. She's a beaut, Clark. All right, guys, there she is. 84 Oldsmobile Delta 88 Royale. We got her in the shop. So we finally, cause, we never said what we were going to put behind us. We said we're going to put something in that spot. So we finally achieved the goal we set last episode. That's not too bad. I mean, yeah, it's an improvement. I don't know. But, so we got her in the shop. She's looking a little dingier than I remember, but she's also been sitting outside on the side of the shop here for a couple months. So I know it made a racket coming in here, and there was smoke everywhere, and it smelled terrible. Part of the racket was these belts are like not even close to having any tension on them. So they're squealing like crazy, stuff's clanging in there. There's a lot of stuff not hooked up. So that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to do a once-over on this thing. We're not restoring it. We're not like, it's a pretty clean car. It's pretty rust-free. The motor sounds good. Trans works good. It does what it's supposed to do. And she's got a little bit of class to her. So the plan is give it a good once-over, make it mechanically safe and sound, maybe put a little shine to her, and maybe a little bit of bling. We'll see. But for now, I'm calling it for the night. Megan's made some dinner, and I'm hungry. So I'm going to head up to the house, spend some time up there, and tomorrow, sometime throughout the week, we'll be back down here. We'll give you a once around on this thing. We'll take a look at everything and see what it needs. So we get a list together, and we're going to try and take it back to the old school days of Pugliese Speed Shop. We'll use that board right there. That's what we're going to do. Keeping track of stuff, guys. Try and get everything back on track. All right, guys, so it's the next day, and we're back down the shop. Before I give you a walk around this car, I got to do a little bragging. We'll take you outside. I want to show you something. All right, so you remember that we had the 53 Pontiac, right? Sit right outside this door here. Well, then I pushed it like somewhere in that region, right? And that thing, it's a heavy car. I mean, so it's kind of dark. But we just came home, and I said, Maggie, you want to help me push this car? Yo, this chick's a beast. We push this thing. This is uphill, guys. Pushed it all the way up here. Over here, back by Jimbo's car in the back. And she's out of the way. We're going to get a cover for it. Because I do care about her, and I feel terrible. But you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, can you believe that? Chick's awesome. I just wanted to brag about that right quick. I just had to brag about it for a minute, because it was starting to look pretty bad. I had cars scattered, and she's super cool about it. Like most dudes' wives would be like, nah. Like, Kevin even said something like, he was here last weekend. He's like, yo, I'm surprised the old lady ain't put the kibosh on this yet. I said, well, she knows what I like to do, and she knows I'm going to clean it up. So we did. We got everything out there where it needs to go for right now. And I do feel terrible about the Pontiac, guys. Like I said, it's my favorite car. And I know you can't tell by the state it's in, but, he showed some pictures recently and stuff. And, yeah, it is what it is. She took a little bit of a beating for a little while, but we're going to bring her back around after we bring some other stuff around. And that's going to bring us over to this guy. The olds. That's like a double, whatever. It's a Delta 88. So, give you a little walk around as I'm kind of inspecting this thing, and stuff you should be looking for, like when you're buying a car, project car, whatever it might be, right? So this car, I'll give you a little bit of history. I think I did this before, but just in case. My buddy Norm.
What's happening, everybody?
Norman?
How's life, Norm?
So he gave me the car, right? His kid bought it, and they were going to kind of do a father-son thing. They weren't really sure what they were doing. Messed with it a little bit. Norm's a decent mechanic. He messes with some stuff, but it just wasn't their thing. So sat for a long time. He ended up moving. He had his house for sale. And he's like, I'm not bringing this thing to the new house, man. So I don't know if he had it for sale for a little while or he thought about it, whatever. And then he just called me up and he's like, yo, I got to get rid of this car. You want it? I was like, I'll come check it out, dude. And like I said, his house was, I think it was already sold. He had to get rid of it. We called AAA. They scooped it up, took it to the shop here. The thing is in pretty good shape. Minimal, like just some spots with some surface rust or whatever, but not bad for an 84. That's appears to be all original. It's still got, the original hubcaps and stuff, so it ain't bad. But I'll flip you guys around. We'll give you a whole little once over, and we'll talk where we go. All right, guys. Next day, back down the shop. What a slight change of plans. So I did the walk around, and then I was making a list of everything I found during the walk around. When Megan hit me up and said dinner's ready, so we got to cut. I go, and that's that. And then then I hung out after that. So that's what happened. But we're back down here now, and so I got the list. I put it on the board, and I'll show you guys what we got, and talk you through it a little bit. All right, guys, like I said, right, we're coming back to old school, putting everything back on the board, keeping track of it all. So here we got the Delta 88. We got to figure out the carb. From what Norm said, it was binding, and I looked at it, saw where it was binding, so we'll go from there. The belts and pulleys, the pulleys are all loose. The belts aren't even biting anything, so nothing's spinning. It's kind of weird, but yeah. Oil change, tune up. The battery terminals, we got top mounts where it should be a side mount, and then we turned the side mount battery into something weird, so we're gonna go back to original there. Air filter, fuel filter. You got something we pulled in, the exhaust was coming out everywhere, so we gotta see what's going on there. Then we'll put the fan shroud on. We're gonna clean out that underneath the hood, because the AC's out of there and all that stuff, so we'll get that all looking right. Headlights, we got, they need adjusted. One's in business for itself, so. Here, the corner lights, they're both broken. We'll take care of that. The gear shifter is, for some reason, a revolver, so we'll take care of that. Windshield cracked. Well, it's more than cracked. It's got a lot of cracks. The turn signal lever is just straight broken off. For some reason, the driver's window doesn't go up and down. So before I break the handle off of that, we'll open that up and check it out. The stereo, it's put in there terribly. We'll see if that works. We'll go from there. I don't care how many times my brother says I got to put 14 subwoofers in this thing. It's not happening. Obviously, it needs a good cleanup, and we'll expound upon that later on, because obviously we need to do a whole thing, full detail, polish it up the best we can, all that. So that's going to take a little bit. Wheels and tires. So the tires are shot. We're missing a hubcap. One's broken. None of them really look that good. So we're half thinking about going with these over here. This is actually specifically why I bought these. I got these just for this car. They're 18s. Thought they looked great. They're universal 5 lugs. I hope they mount up. I don't know. I haven't even tried. So, hopefully I rolled the dice and worked out on this one. Because they look good on this, right? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Well, there you have it, guys. You look behind me, look at this. By far the longest list we've ever had on Pugliese Speed Shop. But none of it's like huge, right? It's all little stuff, which, if you remember, is what kicked our ass on the hard body. So hopefully the old Delta 88 over here wants to be a little more kind to us. So, like I said, it obviously runs and drives. The stock carburetor is in the trunk. Maybe we'll throw that on there. It's all, Quadrajet. Whereas it's got Edelbrock on it right now that I don't think needs to be. We'll see. I don't know what's up to the other car. Neither did Norm. So, like I said, we're kind of starting from scratch with all this stuff. We just know that it runs and drives, and it got in here, and it's rust-free, and the interior is clean. There's absolutely no headliner at all, which kind of sucks. These old ones, like in the 80s, like I did on the Jeep on one of the episodes, we just put a new headliner, like all the fabric, we replaced it. But this in the whole mold and everything's gone. So I got to see if I can find one. That'll depend. So that's why I didn't put it on the board, because it depends on what I can find. If I can't find it, it ain't going to get it. That's just how it is. But, yeah, guys, I think it'll be fun. I think it shouldn't be, I'm not going to say it, but we're going to get this guy going. We're going to get it going safe, reliable, nice, clean, make it legit. And, hey, if you're interested, you could be the next lucky owner of this guy. And you'll know everything that was done to it. So you'll have a hell of a lot better starting point than we did. So, hopefully you guys dig it. Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, tell a friend. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Hey, yo, Two Babe Jenkins, check it out. It's on the board. I said it's been there the whole time, right? Now you just got to actually do it, I guess.